Okay, guys, I'm gonna get right into it. So in 2015, I was having pain leading from the side under my armpits, like towards my breast, and I was like, I'm too young to be having these problems. I told my doctor, and my doctor sent me over to have a mammogram. When I went to the mammogram, there was a lot of older women in there, well, mature women, maybe in their 50s and 60s, around that time where you're supposed to start going to get a mammogram. And the lady who, did the examination on me, she was like, honey, why are you in here? You too young to be in here. What's going on? So I told her, like, I was having some problems lifting my breasts to put them in a bra, or it was just a lot of pain going on, and I had no clue as to what was going on. And I was on my way on a cruise. We were going to Turks and Caicos in the Bahamas. I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to wear anything that gives me any lift. And I had purchased this formal gown, and I wanted to be able to wear it, with this particular undergarment that gives me the lift. So I was like, I've never had any type of pain like this before. I've never experienced this. So at that time, I started doing some research, and I saw online a lot of other women, preferably, between my age bracket at the time, which was like 29 to 32, they were complaining about their deodorant having so many chemicals in it that it was starting to hurt their underarms or their breast region or under their breast. So they decided to let the deodorant go and any other products that they were using that contained aluminum. So I went on a cruise. I stopped using that deodorant. This was like a week and a half. I stopped using that deodorant. I stopped using any deodorant at all. I'm not somebody who perspires a whole lot, so it wasn't that difficult to keep any type of odor down. It really wasn't that hard. I was using Suave, like the 94 cent, 96 cent Suave that you get from Walmart. And that was always good with me. I never had any problems. I never had any extra wetness or odor or anything like that. But I understand that as the body matures, we have to take different precautions in order to keep ourself balanced. Okay, so what I did was, for like a year and a half, I just completely detoxed, and I was doing like the bentonite clay orally that you could buy in the bottle and take teaspoons of. I was drinking plenty of water. I had stopped drinking anything that had any type of flavoring in it. Like, and I'm not on fruit juices or anything like that. Like even mineral waters that had any kind of flavor or anything. I just completely stopped doing that. So everything that I thought that could be causing the problem, I cut it out. Any type of fried foods, anything. I just completely cut everything out. So I wanted to fix me from the inside out. You don't want to just keep putting band-aids on things, but you want to heal them. So by the time it was time for me to go on the cruise, I was like, oh my goodness, just the small steps that I took made me feel a lot better. Okay. So after that, probably after that year and a half, I started to need deodorant. I was like, oh my goodness, what kind of chemical imbalance am I having? What is going on? I need some deodorant now, like out of nowhere, right? So after the hurricane, I went and stayed with this family, and the lady there told me about Tom's. Okay. So I have this one, and I have the earth scent. It has like a lavender color on the front. This one is soothing candula. Okay, so this is the one that smells like apricot, and I don't particularly care for it. It worked for me in the beginning, but then all of a sudden the smell started to stink on me, so it didn't work well with my my body. Okay, so I used the other one for Tom's, the one with the lavender scent. It's like a lavender scent, or it's called earthing. So I used that one so much, and Hurricane Harvey was like 2 years ago, and I'm still using that, like that same one. Some people might say, ugh, but I don't have to use so much per day, because like I said, I'm not someone, even in the summertime, I'm not someone that likes to apply a lot of chemicals to my body. Even when I sweat out, I just don't want to apply a lot of things on me. So I wasn't using that much. So those two have lasted me like 2 years, and now I'm out of it. Okay. So I decided that I wanted to try something else because it the there's a moisture with that Tom's. There's a wetness under my arms that I don't like. When I work, I wear two shirts, and so it was causing a problem, under my arm. And I was like, I don't like this wetness. So I figured I would go with something else. I went to Sprouts and I talked to a couple young ladies there, and they told me to get, one young lady said to get this, and I opened it up and I smelled it, and I like this scent. I am familiar with both of these scents, so I like them. I have a spray that I use, and it has these scents in it. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Okay, so I get home and I was like, all is well, but I did not open the top. Now, if I wanted to buy deodorant that was lumpy, I would make my own deodorant. I can make my own deodorant, and it could come out like this with too much of what is that, arrowroot powder and the powders that you put in here. So it's good as far as the ingredients, but you can tell that the baking soda and if there is arrowroot powder in here, I did see it on here. Yeah, it's one of the first ingredients. It just looks like they're excuse me, that they're clashing, and it is so lumpy and it is so dry. If you have any hair under your arm, when you put it on, it's gonna pull your hair. This is how dry and sticky it is, okay? And I'm at a crossroads right now because I picked up the other one with lime and I think it's bergamot and lime. I picked up that one as well because it was on sale at Sprouts for buy one get one. And when I tell you I'm not happy about this texture, like how hard it is, look, let me try to. Okay, that's how much pressure you have to put on it to get it to do what you want it to do. But it stays dry and it protects any odor. So that's like the pros and cons, okay? So I like this, but I don't like it. Like, I'm 50-50 on it because it really does do well. It performs very well. If you have a lot of concealed heat in, it doesn't have any moisture. I mean, it kind of just evaporates on the body. You don't really smell it. I don't like a lot of smells, so you don't really smell it like on your shirt, under your armpit or anything. So it's pretty good, and it keeps you dry. But it's a beast trying to put it on. It really is. Like, putting it across bare skin, in a place where your arm may be a little bit more sensitive under in your pits, it just feels like it's really hard to put on. But it does do what it says it's going to do, which is keep you dry and keep you odorless throughout the time that you're wearing it. And it lasts me all day until I get home from work or whatever and take a shower. I don't apply it again after the shower. I don't do that until, maybe after I wake up and refresh the next day. So, all right. So, Schmitz, you're okay by me. I just want you guys to kind of, maybe you could put an oil in here or something to break this up and stop this lumpiness, because this lumpiness it's not good at all. That lumpiness isn't good, and it hurts when you're rolling it on. So that's my recommendation if you're going to go ahead and try to switch over. I know there's a lot of other things on the market, but this is currently what I've been doing. Like I said, I detoxed for a year and a half, so I didn't do a lot of experimenting because I didn't want a lot of stuff on my body. All right, thanks for listening. Peace and blessings to you.